Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome. Guys and girls all across the world, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Without further ado, let's get started, guys. As always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another session. We'll see what we can come up with moving forward here today. Bit of an indifferent start to the week. Obviously on stream yesterday wasn't the best trade, took a loss on stream, but however we did take a nice win with the members group a little bit later on, so that was good to get that win on the board for the week. So for the month so far, 9-3, so not a bad month. Guys, as per the usual, you guys know the drill. Please smash that like button. YouTube, don't forget to smash the like button. TikTok, don't forget that screen for me. Just hit it as often as you can. Let's get the masses onto the stream. Without further ado, let's have a look at the news. Obviously, there is a hell of a lot going on. Once again, no, we don't need to remind you of that. But otherwise, for our session here today, pretty smooth sailing. There is G7 meetings, which an interesting development out of there actually is the fact that one Mr. Donald Trump has left the meetings early. That is probably something to do with the widening conflict over in the Middle East. So maybe a little bit of a discussion about that moving forward as well. But as far as our session here today, nothing in regards to schedule news. There is some high impact news to come into NY session for retail sales. So those will be on the charts and need to be wary of that. Meantime, guys, if you have any charts you'd like me to look at, or if you have any questions, please feel free to put those forward into the chat and I will get to you guys shortly. But without further ado, let's start and have a look at the analysis and begin with, as usual, let's have a look at gold. So once again, we are looking to begin at the weekly candle. And what we can see is the current weekly, well, the previous weekly was a very strong bullish candle. The current weekly has a higher low, higher high. However, forming quite a strong bearish candle within the current weekly candle. Again, sort of against the expectations. If I was a betting man at the open of the weekly candle, I would have thought that gold would move to the upside. But again, off the back of some news coming out of the Middle East there, perhaps there's a little bit more enthusiasm in the markets again, and maybe a little bit more risk on with the potential for apparently Iran wanting to speak or wanting to come to some sort of negotiation terms with the US, which could maybe bring things to a bit of a halt shortly. We'll see. Obviously, it's still a developing story, so we'll have to wait and see what develops out of that later moving forward into the week. Looking at the daily time frame here, we are still technically bullish, but we're looking more at the candles themselves these days on the daily time frame. And what we can see is we did close a very strong bearish candle on that previous daily candle. Current candle is a lower high, lower low, but very, very interesting level here to the left that we are remaining above. So we've grabbed liquidity from below this 33.80 region. We are now hovering back above it. I know a few of you were calling for yesterday. Nice work, well done. So it has popped back down below that point, and since trying to form a support back above it. So off the back of that, we're going to mark in the current daily candle's high as well. We're going to see what we've got either side of the current daily candle high, which is all, and obviously the weekly candle's low. Make our way onto the 4-hour time frame, which is just consolidating. So we're consolidating above this previous support here to the left. Looks to be a pretty tricky area of price action that we are currently at. Below it, we're still technically going to be bullish in structure, guys, but we do have a little bit of clean traffic down to 33.65, 60, yeah, roughly 33.65 sort of region. There's about 90 pips in that. Price was beginning to break the 4-hour support here. As far as resistance, we're going to mark in the most recent level, and we'll again be adjusting things shortly on the M30. So we are still bullish, however, in the structure here on the 4-hour. Now the M30 does appear to still be bearish, and at this rate it will remain bearish. Let's quickly have a look at this. It's not confirmed a lower low here. It did break the low yet again, but did not close below the lowest point of the impulse to the downside. So therefore the origin still remains above here, 34.18, 34.19, that sort of region. So technically, the way I see it, as long as we remain below that point, we're technically bearish in structure here on the M30 as well. So off the back of that, bias is still to the upside, but off the back of the strength of the previous daily, back of the strength of the current weekly candle, and the 30-minute structure, could see some opportunities also for, well, preferred opportunities at this rate would be for sales, to be honest, moving forward. Now let's move ahead, and what will we want to see moving forward here for the sell options on gold today? Well, obviously the current level we're selling into support, so if you're in some sells from a little bit higher up, fantastic. If you're not, what you really need to do is wait for price to either pull back to level A, 33.95, that sort of region, and begin to reject for some potential opportunities to take sell back down, or B, back up to the high of the 4-hour consolidation around that 3400 to 3404 sort of region, and once again await a price action catalyst from that point to look for opportunities to take a sell. So that is what I'd be looking for the time being. Now the further options for a sell will obviously be below that 4-hour support. As I mentioned before, below it we're starting to run into some clean traffic yet again on the minor time frame here. So we just adjust this now. Actually, let's go into the 15. Yeah, so we'll just adjust it to that point there. And yeah, if we begin to pop below the current daily candle's low, then I feel that point there is a high probability we will make a further move to the downside. I would like to see preferably a closure below and wait for price to pull back to retest it on the following candle, and then look for opportunities to take a sell into some clean traffic to the left hand side. So that's the sell options here on gold. Now as far as the buys, once again we are at a pretty strong level here on the daily and the 4 hour time frame. So if we were to begin to form a little bit of structure at this point here, then What would be really nice, in fact, is if we actually close below this wick here to the left to confirm a low, maybe even have a little swing in between it and begin to maybe flip the 30-minute structure even lower down. But if not, what I will be looking for is some structure nonetheless to form, maybe on the 15-minute time frame from the current 4-hour support. It's gonna be, I'm just gonna drag it up to where I originally had, I think it was around there. And if we do form support really anywhere above, it's one big area of support that we're currently tapping into, guys. So as long as we form support really anywhere above that 33.82 sort of region, or around that 33.80 to 82 sort of region, I would contemplate an opportunity to take a buy if it does present. And that is how I will be looking at gold for the time being. Obviously, we will look for buys above resistance here at 34.05 roughly, but we're well off that, so there's no need to really worry about that for the time being. Be nice, hopefully some of you are in some gold sells at the minute. I just got onto the charts, not sure if there was any real clean opportunities, so I'm not in any trades as yet. So that is gold. Make of that what you will. Either way, smash the screen, TikTok, YouTube, hit that like button. And let's move on to GJ. So we caught a nice move yesterday for the members pre-NY session, education session, which rolled into a pre-NY session. Got a really nice move on some GJ limit orders from, where was it? It was, where, so it was here, the sell. Limit order sell based off the interruption play. Something you hear me speak about quite regularly on stream. There was the interruption, literally tagged in, maybe like a pip and a half drawdown, and then made the move down. I secured more than 20 pips on that one here, and that was a really nice win after what was a tough session on stream. So anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look at the actual bias here. Let's do the analysis on GJ, and we can see the weekly. All right, so I'm now referring to the current weekly because the reason being, like I mentioned at the beginning of the week yesterday, long lower wick, closing week bearish suggests we perhaps grab liquidity from the downside here, and only to continue up if we were to begin to break above that previous weekly candle's high. So we're pretty much engulfing it at the minute. We've got a high, low, higher, high. Candle is done what I would normally see happen in this sort of situation after a candle closure like the previous weekly. So at the back of that, we're bullish on the weekly. Daily, obviously structure is bullish. Nice strong catalyst on that previous daily candle as well. Nice strong closure above the most recent resistance here in the daily. And if we begin to break above the current daily candle's high, I feel there's a good chance that price could end up back around that 197.38 to 50 sort of region. So let's also mark in a daily low, by the way, and we see what, if any, sort of catalyst we may have below that point to look for some opportunities to take a sell. So the 4-hour is actually bullish in structure yet again, but what we can see is the previous candle did close back a very strong bearish candle, almost engulfing. Do have clean traffic to the left above the resistance, and as far as if we've begun to break the low of the previous candle, could potentially target the level here at 195.720. So they're the two levels we're currently playing within. Let's just mark in a level to the upside as well, and we'll see. It's just a small zone, but we'll see what we got on the M30, and that is, by the looks of it, it's flipped bearish. That was the high. There's the swing. We've closed below it, and we will remain bearish as long as we remain below this actual level here, 196.730 roughly. All right, so for me moving forward here on GJ today, I'm just going to leave that high in. Let me quickly check on 15. Yeah, there's no zone with that, so I'm going to leave that level in. What I want to see is, so if price was to begin to reject and come back down towards the low, which is also the daily candle's low. So if we were to sweep the Asian session low, then what I'm going to be looking for is obviously closure below, price to pull back on the following candle and begin to pull away from the previous support, turn resistance, and then look for an option and take a sell back down to 195.70. So be looking for GJ sells off the back of that. We'll change this level to a blue level, seeing it is a minor level of support, and seeing the bias is still technically bullish with the other three timeframes to the upside. if we in fact do create a clean move back down towards this 196.10 region and form a support above it, then I would still trust the buys. Again, off the back of the strength of the weekly, we could just be pulling back within the current weekly candle to a previous level of support. If we did form support back above that point, I would look for an option and take a buy, with further options for the buys to the upside here as we begin to break above what is the current daily candles high. At that point, once again, we've got some clean traffic here to the left hand side, so definitely be an option moving forward if in fact we do begin to pop above and begin to flip the 30-minute structure back in line with the overall bias being to the upside. So that is GJ, guys. Again, make that what you will. Hopefully it makes sense to you all. And let's have a good one. Let's have a good one, team. Well, now let me get to the chat. So gold's tapped into that level. Nice one. All right, so this is a level we could begin to look for some options to buy from. Now, obviously we're coming close to London Open here. Don't yet have any confirmation of support. The 15 was to close relatively strong bullish, and then we had maybe even a little pause on a following 15-minute candle, the first 15 minutes of London Open, creating that minor resistance from support. That could be enough for us to look for a buy as well. So that's something I could consider, but again, we'll have to wait for the time being. Focus will be gold, GJ. Yeah, GJ, I need it to pull back or continue to the upside. Also, if GJ rejects, I mean, as long as we remain bearish, so it could even reject this point here. I'm just going to use that whole level actually, because so long as we reject and remain bearish in the M30, we could also look for opportunities to take a sell. So as long as we remain below that level there, we're basically going to be bearish on the 30-minute time frame, and I'll look for my sell options. Guys, how are we? Barman, you're a legend, mate. Lau, Zoe, and Carl, you guys rock. Thank you to my loyal supporters on YouTube. I do appreciate it. TikTok, thank you to the few new followers. Thank you to the loyal viewers on TikTok as well. Let me sift through the chat and see if I've missed anything. Don't be shy to say good day, guys. Don't be shy to ask questions. Oh, look who it is, Mr. Benny Chamberlain. I hope you're well, brother. Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Hope you're all is well with you. Been a while. We must catch up for a chat at some point. Can you be my mentor, Johnny? Yeah, if you are interested, again, just watch the streams, mate. Watch the streams. If you want to know more, you can click on the details in my profile page. Thank you to whoever's sharing the live. I think someone shared it. Appreciate it. Motor, what's the app? This is TradingView. This is TradingView where I do my charting on, my analysis on. It's a lot easier to do it on here than MetaTrader. The D-Style, good day to you. Good morning, start the day off with a nice 7 count profit. How's it going? Nice one. All good, mate. Or what I use to make trades, MetaTrader 5 through my broker. So if you're new to trading, what you need to do is you need to sign up to a broker. There's depending where you are located, because there's obviously different jurisdictions and regulations, and it's a lot more difficult for US residents as well. So yeah, just look into what options you have as far as a broker, and then they'll prompt you to download a terminal, whether it be C-Trader, MetaTrader, or whatever trading terminal they recommend. And then you download the terminal, you get your credentials to log into your account, and that's how you go about it. Pretty simple. I've got a video on my profile page pretty much explaining all in fine detail. Byro, what am I looking at? I'm looking at gold. Paul, you're in the UK, so you're pretty good. You got a lot of options in the UK. The one I use, I'll type it in the chat. There's no kickbacks for me, so I couldn't care less if you join or not through to this broker. But that's who I use. I've just typed in the chat. Gavin Scott, where are you trading? Is it market closed? What do you mean market closed? It's 24/5, mate, when it comes to Forex, commodities, and obviously, yeah, gold, equities, indices. If you're talking about the session itself, well, the session's open. The Asia session is still open. Euro session has opened 50 odd minutes ago. London session is upon opening. So should be plenty of volume floating around. Davey Winter. Okay, yep, feel their spreads are the bet. Yeah, when it comes to raw spreads for scalpers, I'll say it. I think I'm pretty cool with it these days. We won't get a account ban for mentioning it. Yeah, I see it pretty good. When it comes to spreads and that, they're almost unbeatable. For the most part, gold, you're looking at more, most of the times around a pip. GJ, about half a pip. Mark, yeah, I'm not sure, mate. No idea if getting shadow banned could be something to do with your new phone. Like you mentioned, you got a new phone, so I'm not sure if it's that. Paul, yes, they are another Australian broker or ASIC regulated. They probably have offshore branches as well. I'm sure they would. But yeah, Blueberry, I've definitely heard of. Did actually open an account with Blueberry, but I never bothered funding it. Because I see markets went through a stage where I was getting slipped left, right, and center. But it stopped. I'm not getting slipped at all. If anything, like a point or something. It's rare for me to get slipped these days. Dean, g'day. Welcome to the YouTube stream today, as opposed to TikTok. Took a gold sale earlier today at 34.06. Take half at 34, and then full TP 33.9. Yeah, nice one, mate. Yeah, I've not been on the charts at all today. Ben, yes, we do. I don't know where the year time is. Oh, mate, just absolutely flies. Just unreal how quick time goes. Quite scary, to be honest. How old do you guys think I am? This is a trick question. Hey, Sharks. I'm gonna entertain the crowd somehow while we're waiting here for gold. Ben 21, yeah, that's just like my old lady says. Forever 21. Oh, I just got the energy of a 20-year-old. A 21-year-old still works every single day. Unbelievable at a ripe old age of 77. MRM4B, maybe you got an issue with your speakers. Davey, yeah, withdrawals are really fast, especially if you're withdrawing to PayPal. If you fund it through PayPal and withdraw through PayPal, it's extremely fast via C markets. Never an issue. My opinion of gold. Well, I'm waiting to see if we get this candle closing strong bullish, followed by a little minor resistance on the next M15, and then I will look for an opportunity to take a buy back up Without it, I need to wait. Quinton, what will the retail sales do for gold, you think? Not sure. What is the forecast? So forecast, well, core retail sales month on month is forecast to be better than previous. A little bit of a mixed bag here, so not too sure what to expect out of it. To be honest, I feel it's not going to really have that big of an impact on the markets due to what else is going on everywhere else with the, obviously, over the conflict in the Middle East. President Trump came out with a statement saying that he gives the people of Tehran 9 hours to evacuate. So I'm not sure, make of that what you will. Perhaps they're going to obliterate it at some point. So for anyone who thinks the US aren't involved, I think need to think again. Yeah, so look, I would have thought the back of that gold would spike yet again. Oil has been quite subdued. It's actually pulling back at the minute, which is a little bit strange. With again the Strait of, what's it called? I cannot remember. Where it's actually a third of the world's oil supply comes out of, could be disrupted. There's a lot of cargo ships already that are detouring, so that will disrupt oil supplies, you would have thought. But at this stage, oil has not been really impacted, which is, I mean, good for all of us, because if it is, then look out for a rise in inflation around the world. Any excuse at the minute to put the cost of bananas and bloody cheese and all that shit up, that would just make it go through the roof, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. David Windsor 34. Deep Buseng 30. You guys are legends. I love you guys. Paul, you signed up with them yesterday trying to get it set up because previously I got scammed by 1k. Oh, okay, really? 1k? What, through a broker, or you got scammed? Be careful this time. Yeah. Or how did you get scammed, man? That's the concern. Franco, more into you. Sorry, my members, let me quickly send you a link. Completely forgot to apologize. Okay, Scott. GU, let me have a look at GU. Alright, that's just chart from yesterday, guys. It's not a fresh markup. As about the resistance, sells below. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yep. Up above that point. Yep, sells below. Nice one. William, g'day to you. Stock pair scammy, never heard of it. Alright, so recession open, guys. London is open. So this rate, I'm waiting to see how this candle closes on gold. It's very similar to yesterday as well, where we're at. So I'm gonna wait and see how gold closes. Giving you M15. Yeah, not only got even close to my actual age.
Hey, good morning.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Hey, fine, thank you.
Yep, nice one. All good, mate. All good.
Did I miss something?
Nah, just got on not long ago, so.
Yeah. I've seen you have looked at my chart, right?
Yep. Yeah, I had a look at you.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. Looks good. above the resistance and below the support. Yeah.
So hopefully it will not go through. But there is some margin there.
Yep. Yeah, just have to wait and see.
And
It's a 4-hour level.
So gold, okay.
Well, this is similar to yesterday where we're popping straight down. All right. Yesterday I bought it as a pop down into this support without the upper wick. So there's an early potential entry, guys. If you're looking, as soon as it taps into that gray zone, you could pretty much take an early entry. Stop loss would have to be well below these lows. You'd give it a bit of room. I'd probably have it around 33.79 roughly. This is the exact same scenario as yesterday. I actually got a little upper wick on my bloody broker. It's doing exact same shit as yesterday too. Look at that. Flipped. Yeah. It's too slow. Exact same as yesterday. It happens. Carl? Hair age 25 without hair 45. You're not far off, mate. Oh, Porsche had no hair by 23. People still think I'm 28, 29. I'm 40. Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I get people still thinking I'm around that 30 years old, and I'm 43, guys. So I'm getting on. Gold. Excuse the language. Excuse the French.
But would be there an entry for you at the end? So because
I would have taken 100%. I was honestly moving the stop loss into position on my MetaTrader and about to press open when it already started flipping. It was too late. Yesterday, it spent more time. Ran a low wick. Would have worked 2 days in a row. But all good. GJ's, yeah. Don't trust as much with GJ. I know it's got no low wick, but there's a lot more volume on gold. I saw it yesterday. GJ, we never had drawdown. We had like a pip drawdown when we were triggered in to sell on the members call later on in the day. And it just took like half an hour to make the actual move. It never went to drawdown after that. It stuck around the 5-6 pip profit mark, starting to manage the stop loss. And ended up making more than 20 pip move in the end. It was a nice win. But it just takes a lot longer on GJ. But it's doing a similar thing here where it looks like it's about to flip to create a low wick. And there you go. So that's just pure price action. Not much else. GJ, you could argue it's not quite tapped into anything. Though if you did look at the 15, you could argue it has. Gold is definitely tapping into areas. I mean, this whole area is a big area of support. Wow, damn. Look at it now. All good, is what it is. And this is something I did speak about with my team on the education session yesterday, was the fact that we're gonna have these off days. And when you think about like this, guys, and for me, I was pretty flat after the stream yesterday. In all honesty, I was really flat. Because I mean, it was a shit trade. But I was thinking about it. Stream for about 200, roughly 220, because you give or take a few days, you take off a few days here and there. Roughly 220 days a year. We're human. We're gonna make mistakes. It can't be perfect 100% of the time. You're gonna have a bad day. You can't let it get to you. Again, being human, sometimes emotion will creep in. You can, as much as you try to be robotic about it, you're gonna have these times, you're gonna have these days where you're just feeling a bit shitty, a bit flat about what's going on. Felt a bit flat after the stream, like I said. You know, obviously you hear it from the chat, which is fair enough. You have to be thick-skinned about it. Yeah, but again, guys, so if you're ever having a bad stretch or a bad time, don't stress it. Just saddle up, jump back on the horse and get back to basics, do things right. relax, stay disciplined, be patient, and then just trade your plan. So it's exactly what I did straight after speaking about my guys with the GJ trade. Had the signal within price action, had the rule ticked off. It's just a matter of executing, trusting your plan, trusting your rules, and worked perfectly. So irrespective of when it happens on stream, before stream, after stream, I just need to do me and not worry. And that's it. It is what it is. Not going to change who I am. Not going to just call trades left, right, and center for the sake of pleasing people on the other end of a phone or computer. I got to do what works for me, and that's being patient. Some appreciate it, others don't. Up to you guys. No one forces you guys to be here.
I think that's your strategy, and if someone does not accept this, so I think maybe it's not the wrong place for it.
Yeah, your microphone's just a bit distorted, mate. Sounds like you're in a tunnel or something. I think if you're using your Bluetooth earplug, sorry mate, I think you're running out of battery. Or Porsche, we are fortunate to keep good looks. Genetics, mate. Genetics and keeping fit, without doubt, keeping fit's very important. One thing is I don't add sugar to anything. No processed sugar whatsoever. Of course, you do have things that have some sugar in it, natural sugar. Even, you know, occasionally have something like I have protein shakes. I have sweeteners in it, whatever, things like that. Or protein bar, they have sweeteners in it, which probably isn't any better for you, to be honest. But I'm not gonna say I've not had sugar at all, but for the most part, I haven't had any sugar for years and years. I don't add it to anything. I drink a lot of water, and I train hard, train really hard, high intensity. Mental age is all that matters. Yeah, Carl, I'm the same. Barely 20 when it comes to mental age. Sometimes the mental capacity is less than a teenager as well, to be honest. Or Porsche, don't know what my mental age would be. I wanted to listen here, people. So sugar is the absolute, it is the real devil, and it's covered up. Processed sugar, oils, seed oils, that sort of stuff. It's nasty stuff. Me, I just use a little bit of coconut oil or olive oil, just a bit of spray in that. That's our lovely governments. I don't know, putting all the fluoride in that, now water and all that crap just to protect us, hey? Corrupt bastards. Paul, I'm still trying to think. Stock pair, who are they? Wants the pie? Well, looking for a buy there. Kurito. Yeah, looking at gold. Nice, looking at gold. Sort of black profile. Discord. I do have a Discord. It's all there in the link on my profile page, mate. You can work it all out. Nice, 100% real. Thank you. True Blue, morning from sunny UK. Jeez, shock horror. Didn't know the sun exists over there. Or Porsche, fluoride free toothpaste and paraben free deodorants. Good to hear you have sensible. Oh mate, you need to, honestly, because they're just taking us, you know, taking a piss out of the average person. Pissing rain, Scotland. Yeah, it's a middle of winter here and it's probably still warmer than Scotland, to be honest. Venture FX, you could be Joe Buttons. Joe Buttons? Distant cousin? I have no idea who that is. Excuse my ignorance. Wolf? Okay, so that's why. A few people, I just realized why a few people asked me am I in Canberra. Because A.C.T. Jesus Christ. Helped after my just figure it out. So A.C.T, for those who aren't from Australia, stands for Australian Capital Territory, and that is Canberra. So that's why a few people have asked me, am I from Canberra, and hence, you know, for the name ACT, but it's not, no. I'm from Melbourne. And it stands for Analyze, Confirm, Trade. Never been to Canberra and have no intentions whatsoever to go near it. If I did, it'd probably be piss on Parliament House or something, that's all. And wait to throw tomatoes at Flog Elbows bloody limo as he drives out or whatever. The prick. Like I said, wouldn't piss on him if he's on fire. I just add fuel to it, that's what I do. Can't stand the bastard. Corrupt prick. Swear one day I'm just gonna stream about live stream and dedicate to talking shit about the government here. Looking for a new sell on US session. What do you think? Well, yeah, way away from New York session, so have to wait. Wolf, crypto trader holder, nice one. Yeah, I used to trade the crypto, but not for many a year. That was my basically internship into trading was through crypto. To hold some crypto, mainly ETH. We got rejection here on GJ in the end, so exact same shit. No upper wick and I mean no lower wick. Bull. I think you mean gold will push break those levels for London and then drop. Nothing good today. Only showing nice setup. Ethereum, yeah, not looking too bad. I'd be looking for a buy probably above 25.95 or pull back 25.63 and definitely above 26.20 roughly. Let's see what happens here on the gold and GJ. Let's have a look at some of the other pairs just quickly, seeing we are at London Open. This is EU, that was chart from yesterday. So EU currently pulling it back. Let's quickly look at the 30s, just in consolidation. It's really choppy traffic. Let me quickly look at it. Daily closing along upper wick. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Quickly look at GU again. GU looks better to me than EU for sure. Difficult trading the current area because it's just consolidating. But if you start to close below the support here, I think GU be good for a sell. 30-minute is bearish, so you got that on your side. And I definitely, as per Franco's chart as well, look for the buy back above 135.850. If you could get in a sell, fantastic. And then again, the buys back above resistance. AU, a bit of strength in the Aussie, which is good to see. So bucking the trend of the other majors, the Aussie is on the way up. It's more of a risk on currency. Don't need to worry about Australian dollar and Thai baht. That's just there when I need to send some money. Euro CAD, shitty consolidation. EJ does look good above the high. And look at that for interruption play. Absolute spot on. Once again, the power of that entry type, irrespective of the time frame. Pause. So impulse, pause, engulfing, limit order, tagged in, shoots up, easy profit. Look at that. Would have had maybe, even on the 4-hour time frame, like not even a pip drawdown after being tagged in. Unbelievable. It's a play you've learned about on this stream. So right now I'd be looking at buys above and buys from support on EJ. God, this is going to be shit, isn't it? Bull, G's looking good for a sell, then buy. Yeah, GU's looking pretty good for a sell. But it needs to actually close below here though, because we are at some pretty strong support as well. Let's just measure if we do close strong and not a great deal of margin. Dean, Naz, yep. Alright. So once again, remaining below the all-time high here. Previous weekly was bearish, current weekly inside bar candle. Previous daily close strong bullish, but we are respecting resistance here. Let's mark in the current daily candles low. See if we do have any sort of confirmation for sells below it. For our structure, I see it's respecting last significant lower high here and still remains bearish as well. Let's mark in. I mean, it's one big level. Again, you should include the highs, but we'll focus on the most recent and adjust it. We do have support here on the 4-hour as well. We'll adjust that shortly. 30-minute. Did flip and remains bullish. So the 30-minute is now bullish. Yesterday it was bearish. Alright, so I'll be looking for buys. To the downside, you got pretty choppy traffic. I'd like to see a support form. I'd just adjust this zone. I'd be marking another resistance just here. Change it to blue, minor time frame resistance. Let's go to 15. Perfect. So now I'd be looking for buys from the current level. Price pop back down. Be looking for my engulfing candles. Be looking for a little bit of structure to form from the lows, that type of thing, and look for a buy. Take it back up. Further buy options, in my opinion, above resistance here. The most recent resistance formed, which is also looks to be the current daily candles high. So if price did reject 21.88.5 roughly, only to remain below it, be looking for options to take a sell. If it pops above it, there'd be options to take a buy. And that's how I'd be looking to play NAS moving forward. Below, actually, you do have some pretty clean traffic on the 15 anyway. So wait for a confirmation of the structure flipping bearish. Retest, and then I think sells below current daily low. Also look like a good option. 21.773 roughly. Alright, gold M15 has closed back weak bearish candle. Current candle is engulfing. Let's see if we may have enough margin. So what would be really nice if this 30 closes basically where we're at, and if the 15 closes basically where we're at. So 15 will close engulfing, as will the M30, and that will be a catalyst. The reality is there is just under 10 minutes remaining. I'm not prepared to take it without a confirmation. It could make the move just now and I need to accept it. But if we are around this level at the open of the new M30, I will look for an option to take a buy. I'll need to wait for a lower wick to form and probably begin with the stop loss below the current M15, and then look to manage it based off the low wick on the potential entry candle. So that is what I'm currently looking at now for potential option moving forward here on gold. Need to wait 9 minutes. 6'2" and into is KeyCoin, a legit website. KeyCoin, no idea. I have no idea what it is. This is not crypto, my friend. So I'm assuming it's a crypto website. I want to pose a question to you guys. If anyone has heard of this particular prop firm, if you have, and if you've got any experience with them or have had an account, let me know. Fund my FX. So if anyone has heard of them, please let me know. Click to stream. Will you sell? No, I'm not selling. I'm looking for a potential buy. I need to wait 7 minutes. Luca, this is short. No, I'm looking for a buy, but I need to wait 6.5 minutes. Arafin, I'm giving up, man. I've lost all my money I had to my name. It is what it is. I'll be back in months. I'm out. Gotta start work. Yeah, mate. It's not good to hear, to be honest. And it's a story that I've heard from you since I started streams a few too many times, and it's unfortunate, mate. It's unfortunate. I think you need to work on your discipline. Again, I understand the temptation with all these funded accounts. You know, it's money. You pay a fee and you get access to a certain amount of money. But it's so easy to blow those accounts. You could just break a rule without even knowing you're breaking it as well. Not only just when it comes to drawdown, maximum drawdown limits, you know, floating or whatever, or actual realized drawdown, things like that. So I understand the concept of it, and I think it's a model that could work very easily for the prop firm, because they rely on people, and again, I'm not even going at you, mate, but they rely on people who have struggle to control their emotions. I think maybe you just need to, chill for a bit, to be honest. I'm sorry to hear it. I'm really sorry to hear it. Luca, I'm waiting to see where this candle closes. So long as it doesn't make the move, it's been stuck here the last few minutes. So long as it doesn't make the move, I'll be looking to buy it above this candle's high on the following M30. 6'2". KeyCoins is a Bitcoin site. Yeah, again, no idea, mate. But I'm so good. I'm always profitable, but recently market's crazy. Yeah, irrespective of that, the market's the market. I mean, the market has no emotion. The market does whatever it wants to do. But again, irrespective of how good you are, you mustn't be following a plan if you're blowing your accounts. Because even if you're having difficulties having a few wins, if you've taken a couple losses in a row, it should not make a massive dent on your account if you're practicing proper risk management and not trading based on emotions too. And you should be all good to go. So still seems to be a problem with your discipline. What is going on here? So on this particular broker, it spiked a fair bit. On my broker, well, now it's spiking. It wasn't, but now it is. Very different price. So extremely, the same thing happened yesterday. I'm actually looking at the right chart. Let's look at IC markets. The reason why I don't use it here is because the time is out by 2 minutes. I have no idea why. And it looks different here. It's really strange. I mean, now it's looking the same. So what sort of margin do we have? Still just have enough, but we need to close once again. Need to close engulfing here. And then we'll come down to the low wick on the M30.
I'm looking maybe for some sells on GU. If we close below
Yeah, and close below.
Support.
Yeah, in my opinion, definitely needs to close below, because otherwise it looks like it's exhausting at this support here.
No, and otherwise, so if we are maybe closing bullish, strong bullish, and maybe then there's opportunity to take
a buy.
buys at the end.
Yeah, if this 15 closes strong bullish, yep. It'll close the 30 bullish at a zone of liquidity. Yeah, it could be a good chance to take a buy. So what's the high here on gold? 33.91.17. So you're looking a couple of pips above. The spreads are a tiny bit wider at the minute on IC markets as well. About a pip and a half, which is quite wide, to be honest. All right, so let's focus on this. Has to close above that horizontal. That'll be a strong enough closure on the M15. Then we need a low wick, and then we may still look for opportunities to take a buy. Caster man, all good, mate. I hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. If you're new to the stream, guys, don't forget to follow. I do this daily. We have a good chat about things, about, you know, world economy and things going on around the world. We have a bit of a laugh, talk some shit. I cop shit. It is what it is. It's all part of being live. Guys, smash the screen. There's only 200 and something likes. Guys, you need to smash that screen for me. That's what you need to do. Just hit it a few times, maybe 100 times each. Just pretend I'm a young chick dancing or something with, you know, a bikini top on. Just picture that. She gets a lot of likes. It's a reality. It's true. That's what TikTok is all about. Never ever had a TikTok account until I started streaming. Never realized. Oh, hang on, what's all this? Why are there so many people dancing? Guys are dancing. People are lip singing. Some of it's actually quite amusing, to be honest. Alright, gold's closing weak, so it's not really. Yeah, that's rejection. That doesn't look great.
Seems also no trade for me on G.
Yeah, that's the worst possible closure you can get here on GE.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. 30's closed bearish, but very weak. Yeah, gold's rejected as well. Very weak closure there on gold. Still time, guys. Still time. Don't stress it. Don't stress it. Chill. Dr. Elvis, well, there is no entry. Rowan went over as before. Looking for buys. Back at support now. Nice clean move down. So good chance for now to look for a catalyst in price action to buy it. Whether that be a bullish engulfing candle or a little bit of consolidation forming and price begin to pop above it. And if it does close below support, there's going to be a good chance, in my opinion, that we could head back down towards 21,730 roughly. Could be a good option to get involved in sells. Or poor central banks favor gold over dollar for reserves. Can totally understand why. Yeah, to be honest, a lot of the bullion banks like JP Morgan and all that are now demanding delivery of their gold. So again, for every ounce of gold, there's 1.5 paper contracts, which you might think, oh, that's a lot, because obviously there's a lot more paper contracts than gold, but it's nothing compared to what it used to be. It used to be like 5 or something paper contracts for every ounce. So it just shows how much it's rehypothecated. It's loaned out by the bullion banks, loaned out to local banks or whatever. They loan out to people who take out loans and things like that, or investors, but it's all paper contracts, so no one actually owns the physical stuff. So that's why I always advocate and say to anyone ask my opinion of it, you best to have it in your hands. So what I mean by that is go to your local coin shop, go to your bullion dealer and actually purchase physical bars or coins, whatever it is. The fact that now there's a lot less paper contracts for every real ounce of gold just says something, that obviously central banks are buying hard, because perhaps there could be an announcement coming out of the US. It's more so with the US centric that I'm talking about, in regards to gold being used once again as a backing for the currency. Won't be fully backed by gold, but it could be, you know, partially backed by gold, or could be reevaluate gold to wipe off a fair bit of the US debt, that is realistic as well. China's been buying it. China's been buying silver as well. Russia's been buying silver as well. Do you know if the 101 strategy works? I have a 68% win rate, but I am rarely 100% confident in my trades. Well, if you got a 68% win rate, mate, it says that you're doing something correct, so you need to start to have more confidence in your trading. I mean, yes, like I said, yesterday I felt flat after the stream. It was just a shit trade, and it was tag and drag trade, which are the worst types, where you just get tagged in and it just goes straight against you. Felt like I shouldn't have taken it, because I just it had to move too far just to get involved. I was kind of willing it along. Did take the early entry, but still ended up in a pretty bad loss, to be honest, between the two trades, even though the first one was profitable. But yeah, but like I said, after I was thinking about, well, there's no point being flat about it. You're allowed to have an off day, you're allowed to have a shit day. You just got to back yourself, trust yourself, and if you've got, you know, discover you got a 68% win rate, then that's what you need to do too, mate. You just got to back yourself, trust your strategy, trust your plan, and it works the majority of the time, and just trade it flawlessly. Try to be as robotic as you possibly can. We are human, so we can't always be emotionless, but that's what we're going to try to do. So GJ coming back towards support here. Gold is just consolidating. Gold is quite typically shit house at the minute. London session, same as what it's been for the last week or two. Clip 2 stream, what is time to buy? Look, if I could tell you the exact time to buy, we'd all be millionaires, because that would mean I have a crystal ball. No one knows, mate. Despite what anyone says. And charts can do whatever they want to do. Price can do whatever it wants to do, no matter how much of a peach of a setup you've got. Nothing's guaranteed when it comes to trading. Crexer, what about BTC? Is it good now to buy? If you believe it is, I don't see it as right now an opportunity to buy it. As far as the level, it's not a bad level, but I need to wait for a confirmation for me. So if you, for instance, had a bullish engulfing candle closure here above the previous candle's high, and that's a very strong catalyst at support. Is it at 4-hour level? It is too. talking about longer term scenario, well, it just depends. You need to have conviction in what you're buying. So for me, I have lots of conviction in silver and gold, and have conviction in platinum, but I just can't find an entry that I'm satisfied with. And it's still quite undervalued in my personal opinion, but yeah, just again, it's hard when you remember it a couple weeks back being less than $1,000 and it's pumped up to the level it's at. Anyway, for me, I believe Bitcoin will be around. I think it plays a part, but I don't have conviction in it. I don't know enough about it. Emmanuel, what are you looking for now? Well, I was looking for gold to close strong bullish just there. It didn't do so. Now it's a bit of a waiting game. It looks pretty messy. It's just consolidating on the 15. Not making it easy. It is what it is. So now probably focused more on GJ. See how price reacts to support here. 196.15, 196.10. And that is looking more probable than any gold trade at the minute. So we may focus a little bit more on GJ for the time being. Dr. Elvis, US 30. My analysis is don't trade it this time of day. But I don't trade it at all. I just feel it's best to trade while it's in session. It's not in session just now. Strong bearish weekly. Open the gap to downside. Structure in the daily is bearish. But no, it's closed above. Yeah, it's actually bearish. It did flip bullish, but it's flipped back bearish. Daily structure's bearish. Candle, previous candle did close bullish, obviously. Mark in the high of that candle. We'll mark in a low of the current. Move our way onto the 4 hour. That is 4 hour resistance above it. Looks like it's pulling traffic up to 42.90. Change that to gray. Support. Weekly low. Structure is, oh, I would say respected the structure. Didn't quite close above it. I would say it's bearish. The 4 hour. And the 30 is also bearish. So I'd be preferring options to sell it. Now I'd be marking that is the most recent resistance. Let's go to 15. Yeah, perfect. This is looking pretty good actually. Closures below this support. What would be great is if this candle closes bullish, triggering buyers at previous support. So good things, we're not coming from the pretty much the Asian session highs to below support. So if we close a bullish candle here, then what I would be waiting for is that to present on the following M15. Then I'd be looking for either limit order sell back the low of the support, or a continuation sell as price begins to break the low of the catalyst candle. Otherwise, what I'd be looking for is pullbacks to the resistance or to anywhere below it to create a lower high, and once again wait price action catalyst. So similar to what we had to the left. And in regards to buys, yeah, you probably need to wait for at least a nice strong hourly closure, let it form some consolidation in the 15, engulf the consolidation, close the hourly strong bullish, and that might give you a good chance to take a bite back up. $2, $2 gold, it's shit house. Complete utter mess at the minute. Dice 0, do you do NAS? Yeah, I look at NAS, analyze it for my members for NY session, and my analysis is currently it's at support, similar to US 30. Nice to see it triggering some buys, and if it was to wipe those buyers out by closing bearish engulfing back below support, you're looking for sells. Otherwise, similar scenario from the current level, let it consolidate. You're going to pull away from consolidation, maybe close an hourly strong bullish. That could be enough to look for buys. Buys above the resistance here at 21,885 as well. Chris, this is pound right? GJ, pound yen. Gold looking like it's engulfing that previous count, or trying to. Exodus, why is gold moving so slowly these days? Could be awaiting the next move out of the president's office, out of the president's mouth, to be honest. In regards to conflict out of the Middle East, if it's going to actually, they're going to get involved, or if there's going to be a lot more to come from it. From what it looks like, the markets are kind of predicting an early end to it, which not sure if that will be the case. But it looks like they're pricing in something that's not that big of an issue. Chris, you think gold's going to continue to go down? It's at some strong support, so wait and see. Limit 11 have 3, 2. It's only Tuesday, mate. I've already taken 2. 1 win and 1 loss. Last week was 5, the week before was 6. So, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I do me. I could not give a shit if my plan presents while I'm on stream or off stream. All I have to do is make sure I'm trading my plan and sticking to my rules. That is the most important thing to do, and not worry about providing a signal for a stream. Lemon, you've taken 1 so far. Yeah, I took 1 on gold yesterday. Well, 2 entries. 1 was a small win, the other one was a loss, which outweighed the win. And took a win on GJ with the members later on, which was a cracking trade. That was a quality trade. All right, gold playing some funny buggers here. Potentially closing above the resistance. Have we gotten it now? Have we got a chance? 15, 30 doesn't look great at all though. We'll wait with grab liquidity from the downside. 5 minutes still below resistance. Just trying to gather as much confidence as I possibly can. We're still close below that bearish candle high. To me, it's still very choppy at the minute. This is so confusing. I shit you not, my MetaTrader is straight bullish and that's just straight bearish. TradingView must be lagging something terribly at the moment. What other brokers? Let's have a look at this. I just want to see, is it across the board? Wow, it's even very different here on I wonder. So I see markets as literally popping straight up. I wonder Forex.com are popping straight down. That's kind of off-putting as well. I'm not sure if any of you guys have got the same issue. It even looks so different on my broker's chart on the MetaTrader than what it does here. What is the highest point in my broker's chart at the minute? This current candle 33.89.95. What is it here? 33.89.40. So it's quite a big discrepancy there. It's more than 5 pips. Gold trade exodus this morning. Setups were easy to get. Great setups. Have to get ready to trade opening session. You're talking about Asian session? You're talking about Asian session. You're talking about London session. I don't see where you see easy setups. Asian? Yeah, Asian's a lot better than London of late. Asian's right there. Right there. Cracking entry. Rejection. Close below resistance. Fire level. Weak bullish. If I was on the charts, easy set up and done after the fact, but I would have likely been looking to sell it just there. That to me would have been an easy setup for me to take as far as following my rules and plan. But anything since has been tricky. I mean, look at now. And once again, so it's moving forward now. It's pushing up on this broker. And my broker, it's actually now flipping bearish. It's just completely putting me off. Very strange. I'm not sure if anyone else has had any issues like that at the minute. Exodus, oh, you take, yeah, Asia session. Dice. Buy seems good soon on NAS. Yeah, you could get an option. If it respects this level, I think buys would be a good chance as well. 8 AM Melbourne time? 8 AM Melbourne time, that's when you have wild spreads and things like that. You mean just there? Yeah, again, I know with different traders, mate, I don't see a cracking entry there. I see a liquidity entry there, which break of that count was high would have been a decent entry. Best entry I see in amongst all this is just there, sells. Rejecting previous resistance, long upper wick. Weak bullish closure, I'd be using a fib, close below 0.382, I'd be selling it as soon as it breaks. I would not be trading 8 AM Melbourne time, not a chance. Not a chance at all. That's just me. Offline GJ moving. Yep. Let's see if it respects this level. So is gold again. Man, oh man, it's strange. My broker is pumping. Son Judge, thank you for sharing a live. $11.11, nice to be back at break even. Yeah, just in a tiny bit of profit, I think, after yesterday. Just. Or, no, actually, I think I'm in a little bit of drawdown, sorry. Not a great deal. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of drawdown so far. But it's all good. The month is still well in profit. Shouldn't all have sent gold spiraling. I would have thought it would have sent gold pumping. Lifter, eh? I'm perplexed, to be honest, because again, my broker's chart is so different to what I'm seeing here. Let me look at GJ. I want to see if GJ looks the same. Even that looks a bit different. Yeah, even that's actually very different. Let me look at IC markets here. Again, it looks very different here. So the time here is on cue, that's right. Whereas gold, it's 2 minutes out for whatever reason. That's why I don't use it on stream. Okay, just now it's starting to resemble what I see on my broker's chart. All right, so GJ is looking pretty good, guys. But we need to wait the 8 minutes now. It could be a potential limit order sells. For that to be valid, has to close minimum 5 pips below. So 196.010. Look, 196 flat at 6 pips. I use the 5 pip sweet spot, but what I do say is between 4 and 6 pips. But I would say 196 flat. You really want to close below that. It's obviously a psychological round number. So let's see if it can close below there. Doesn't mean it's not valid if it doesn't, because it could be sells upon a continuation as long as we close below. Now, what I can start to look at is the 5 minute here. All right, not yet closed below. My members know exactly why I'm looking at the 5 minute. So let's just wait and see here. We've got a potential chance here on GJ, because gold's looking like shit. Thank you to the new sub. And I'm wanting to start trading. I've got the fundamentals down, but don't know where to start. I do have a video in on my profile page, which pretty much is a step-by-step guide on how to actually get started. About how to join a broker and what you have to do, download a platform, and how easy it is to sign in and get it funded and all that. So it's on my profile. Got like 400 and something views. Most of the others have about at least 2,000-3,000 up, so it's a pretty easy one to see. So I'd suggest having a watch of that. Stick around, watch the stream as well. You'll learn a lot about patience, discipline, train the plan. T, hoping gold buys. El Bez, hello to you. Gold is bearish now. Yeah, well, the 30 is definitely bearish, and it's just consolidating. It's in a shitty area of price action. It's doing nothing at the minute. It's been trash all session long. So what we're waiting on here is GJ. We want to see how GJ closes. And look, if it starts to flip and close back above and we close the 30 week bearish, then it could be an option off the back of grabbing liquidity from the downside range below. If we were to begin to break above this candle's high for us to take maybe a buy. But for that to be the case, again, we could use the fib in this situation. We can mark in, yeah, I was going to say the 0.236, but it's going to be basically at its open. That would be ideal. 0.382, probably not weak enough. To be honest, I'd love for it to close about around the 0.236. Because that would suggest a lot of weakness to down. Well, it would suggest that we've likely grabbed the hoodie from the downside in order to make a move back up. If we were to respect this support. Nice, you're out. Made 1K in 2 minutes. Nice one. Now you need one more day of trade to withdraw. Oh, it's on a funded. One at the 5-minute close below. Top step. Nice one. What's the experience like with him? Warinka. Sorry, Warinika. Carolina. Thank you for the sticker. Displaying key. Gold has been trash lately. Just no setup since great test to increase patience. This one, it is definitely a test. Tony Gold, haven't seen you on the stream for a while. Hope you're well. Welcome. Lemon, try refreshing. Yeah, it was just, I don't know, it's the same thing yesterday as well. I noticed. I mean, right now it looks pretty much the same on GJ anyway. Gold still looks very different. No, I see markets did a update of the servers last, I think it was a week ago or a week and a half ago. I'm not sure if that's had any effect on it. And that was here in Oz. So I don't think it was the other servers. Nice top step. You need 5 days to trade withdrawals within 1 to 3 days with Wise. Oh, nice one. So they withdraw to, you can request withdrawal to Wise. Awesome, mate. Oh, so it's closed right at it. Alright, love for it to create a lower wick. So it's doing opposite my broker's chart again. It's popping up and it's popping straight down. This is just really off-putting. Let's see if it's doing... It's totally different here too. Well, it's not even closed yet in this. Man, what is with IC markets? Excuse my French. So it's broken, but on my chart it's not moved. It's still weak bullish, the current candle. God knows, honestly. So as this is pulling back up, my chart is now starting to move to the downside. This is very, very strange, very off-putting. Tommy, close the channel, maybe rescan servers. I might rescan servers now. I swear to God, it's now just broken, the low on my chart here. Why is it not scanning? Whereas here, it's obviously flipping back bullish. If this broke its own low again, wouldn't be that bad a sell. Yeah, so, okay, so now it's, yep, now it's better. Simple fix. Alright, thank you, mate. Yep, now it's resembling what it looks like here on TradingView. That's just, that was so off-putting. I didn't know what was going on. Let me check gold. Yep, that looks much better. Yep. Back to normal. I wasn't going crazy. Alright. So GJ shouldn't be in an entry. For me, it broke way too early into a new candle without the upper wick. Now it's pulling back. And it didn't actually close below here. There's really no solid entry on GJ just yet. Gold is rank. Let's look at GU. And oh man, everything is shit.
Yeah, I left a big wick to the upside on GU. Otherwise, if this would be a little bit stronger, but it was a big move to the upside, so not
Yeah, it's pretty much tapped into the target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in the minute, guys. Let's. Price action is terrible. JJ looks the best, but it's not fantastic. It needs to close stronger. It needs to close below it. I'm not looking for a sell or buy. I'm looking for price action to actually do something. Looks like shit, to be honest. GJ didn't quite close below. Pop down to break low the previous candle. Popping back up. Go travel a fair distance just to break or trigger into a trade just now, as the entry would have to be below the current candle's low. And it's that support. In all honesty, I just don't see anything of quality. I really don't. Gold is even worse. Gold is within that. For me, the way I trade, there is no quality entry whatsoever. It might be for someone else. I'm not saying there isn't, but for me, there's absolutely nothing. I cannot see anything decent. Yeah, it was the server. It's definitely the server. Now it's fine. Now it's working again. Izzy, thank you for sharing the live. And so this is the reality of trading, guys. Sometimes the charts aren't going to give you stuff all. And once again, I'm not saying that you guys might not have had a valid entry, but for me, I don't. I need to accept it. Man, there is shit all I can do with either gold or GJ. I just need to wait Dr. Elvis, it's moving bullish now. You're 30. Nice one. Maxi, I think that's, yeah, I think that's what you call it. I'm looking for a sell buy here, so nothing in a minute. Oh, best goal has hit the 4-hour resistance on 16th of June. Yeah, it's tapped into it. And look at that for another interruption play. I'd say, wow, look at that. And look at it bounce off it. Crazy. Hello. Unfortunately, can't read your name. Kuruma. Been investing, trading, and was wondering if you think it's a good idea to try. I'll wait for you to type out the rest of that. Elbows now going for a correction down. The gold's just consolidating. The gold is just golding. Would love for the gold to plummet. I actually heard something on the in the car earlier today about what bank was it? Citigroup, with their predictions that gold will, by some point by mid next year, they believe gold will be back towards between 2,500 and 2,700 due to growth in world economy, which I'm not sure where they're getting that from, but that's what they're expecting, which will lead to more risk on. So I mean, if that's the case, you expect equities to continue bullish, indices to continue bullish, and if gold drops to that price, I will love it. I will absolutely love it. A few reasons: I can trade it down, and I can accumulate the physical at a lower price, at a discount. Oh, Kuruma, sorry, I've misread that. Investigating trade. So you've been looking into trading. Wondering if you think it's a good idea to try. Look, trading requires enormous amounts of discipline and patience, and for the average person, they're just not going to make it because they don't have that. They see it the wrong way. They see it as a quick, pretty much like a casino. They treat it like a casino. Roll the dice. If you get lucky, you make some money. If you are to take your time with it and learn an edge that works for you, and I'm not saying what I do will work for you, it may not, maybe someone else, who knows, but the reality is you got to decide what resonates with you and what you actually see as something that you could potentially make work, or something that you understand and you want to learn a little bit more about it. And once you've done so, you need to give it time. So one thing look, I understand everyone's got different ways of going about things. I understand some people, it won't be for them, but kind of perplexed when people come into my group and they leave after just 1 month. And I'm thinking, well, they've obviously not gotten through any of the content. They've never asked, these people have never asked me questions as well. It's like, all right, not gotten through any of the content, not asked any questions. I'm not seeing you on any of the live calls away from, or even on the London session, but away from London session and private only calls. Not ask me one question, not send me any direct message in regards to anything. What did I expect to learn then? It's not a signal service, and I understand it's not for everyone. There'd be different reasons why some people come and go after a month. But the ones who just come in thinking, right, I've joined a group and I'm all of a sudden I'm going to be a legendary trader, I'm going to make millions. You gotta think about it again, because it's not, that's reality is, it's not going to happen like that. You need to put in the time, the effort. If you don't have the time, it's a different story. I understand that. But no matter what, you know, method that resonates with you, and no matter if you decide to join a group, what group you join, pick the brains, pick the shit out of the mentor. Ask every single question under the sun that you have. Question everything. Look into everything. Watch all the content. Go through the content. Ask your mentor, why do you want to see that happen, or what do I need to see happen here in order for you to be satisfied it's a decent trade. Without asking those questions, what do you expect? That's why I say, what do people expect? So no matter what group you might decide to join, I believe it's a good thing to join a group. In all honesty, I've been in groups since I started trading, basically. Got ripped off in some, and what I do is provide a group that, a service that is more than affordable, and it's got a lot more content and a lot more live interaction than any other group I've been part of. And it's without doubt, I don't give a shit what any of the other mentors might say about it. But again, irrespective of who you decide to work with, or, you know, go and solve, don't be shy. Don't sit in the background and just expect things to happen. Ask questions, get involved. Don't be shy. Don't just sit there quietly, because people aren't going to ask questions that you want to ask necessarily. And then you're just going to, you know, push it aside as rubbish. It's shit. How do you know if you don't give it a proper go? It's just fact. It's reality. It's fact. Some will come and go, I understand. Some will come and go after a month or after a couple months. I totally understand. Some don't have the time. I totally understand. But to brush something off after a month as being shit, or, you know, it's just, I had one guy join and cancelled after 4 days. And he was in it because he thought it was a signal service. Literally. You know, so where's the signals getting set? And I mentioned it, how many times I've mentioned on the stream, it's not a signal service. Yes, I got a trade ideas section, and that was called, yesterday's trade was called, and every single trade, if not called in there, it's on a live call, whether it be on this stream or members only call. It's all called, it's all there. But I'm not going to sit there for 8 to 10 hours a day trying to find trades. It's just not me. It's not what I do. I want the charts to dictate what I do. All right, so we're waiting for the 15 closure here on GJ. I'm staying on for a little bit longer today, guys. This 15 can close weak bearish. It's going to close the 30 bullish. Within it, we'll have a 15-minute resistance back above support. That is a catalyst. As long as the 30 has an upper wick, that is good enough. So if we close weak bearish here in the 15, I'm going to look to buy GJ on the following candle.
Maybe I will have also some buys on GU. It's closing weak bullish.
Yep.
And on the break of this bullish candle, I will give it a try.
Are you gonna go for it? No, it's got no upper wick, so you're taking it in anticipation it's gonna break high and continue.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. The other thing you could do, if it pulls back a bit further and draws towards the closure of the M30, you could just wait for its close and look for a buy on a break of the weak pause candle.
Let's see.
Gold trader thought there would be stops below 33.80 on gold, but we went below one time, no stops. Where could stops possibly be? Well, to be honest, you have that level to the left and that's low. It's literally tapped into it basically and hop back up. So if it begins to break that low again, I reckon it's a good chance it could come back all the way down towards 34.45 roughly. Let's watch GJ. Limit 11 gold is buy support, sell resistance kind of day. Yeah, gold is just shit kind of day at the minute. It's just consolidating. But possibly if it does make a clean move back to support, form support, or clean move to resistance and form resistance. Dean, all good, man. Enjoy your gym. Lufter A, why you choose to buy 33.74 gold? Who said I'm choosing to buy 33.74? Never said once I'm looking to buy 33.74. In fact, I'm waiting on GJ. I'm not even looking at trading gold, to be honest. The way it is, it's shit house at the minute. All good, Mark. Take care. Man, it's doing it again. We're starting to look. Maybe it's just the lag. Looks like IC markets. My terminal here is lagging though. It literally is. It's lagging. Lagging trading view, which is not normal. Yeah, I'm just rescanning just to see. $55.2 339.7 ms. Ping is 339.7. Oh wow, that's a massive difference. I just dropped to 55.6. Oh no, it's on. Wow, that's a massive difference, Tommy. That's strange. Alright, so waiting here in GJ. So bullish engulfing M30 is also a catalyst. As long as there still is the margin at this rate, there still just is. You need a decent little wick though for sure to be able to manage the trade. 15 of stop loss is just not going to be wide enough by the looks of it. Watch this wait till the last minute and this thing is just going to pump. It's definitely lagging because it's just literally just broken the high of the previous candle on my broker. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone, guys. There's no margin now. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, that's it, guys. There's not going to be an entry. There's no margin in taking now. Nah. Well, that's it. Not much I can do about it. Not going to force a trade, guys. Not going to force a trade to call a signal for a stream. Just be strict with it, follow my plan, and call it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for everyone who has joined and support the stream, who's stuck around. Been tough. You're allowed to go through some tough times, guys. Been, you know, tough to find some quality entries on stream for a bit. Still been finding some quality entries away from the stream. I can't do anything about it though. But to those who still stick around, I do really appreciate it. And we'll have some fun times, don't worry. were some really fun times on the stream. We definitely learned a lot about patience. There's nothing wrong with not taking a trade. Yeah, so it is what it is. I'd now be looking to see how price reacts to the resistance here. You could draw in that level as well if you really wanted to, and see how price reacts to it at 196.50. It's psychological round number. If it does reject, as long as it makes a clear move up that to that point now, you could maybe look for an option to sell it. Otherwise, sells below this support here, a little bit lower down, is what I'd be looking at on GJ. Gold, shithouse, absolute trash at the minute. Just needs to cut through this mess. Just consolidating, needs to make a clean move either up or down. I mean, considering where we're at, making a relatively clean move in the 15. So if it did in fact approach straight bearish and did form a little bit of structure from these lows, maybe a bullish engulfing candle if you've got the margin. But at the minute, it's just crap. It is really choppy, consolidating at the minute. Be patient with it. News to come later. Yeah, guys, thank you one and all. Take care, trade safe. Catch you guys again soon. Cheers, bye.
Yeah, thank you.
See you guys. I'll catch you later.